So round 2 versus Wing Hussar. We don't know what they played. So here we, before the game started. So here we have a fairly solid hand. We have a couple of removal spells, some part of the combo, and a prophetic prism to find our color. So we are going to keep this. So they start the game and they play, I believe, maybe it was Stompy or Elves, I don't really remember. We opt to kill their Quirion Ranger because it's the best start Elves can do, and also you can maybe they get one lander with Quirion Ranger, and also we have another removal spell if they play another thing. So if they miss a land drop, then we basically win the game on the spot. So this is obviously Elves. We don't really care about this guy, so we are just going to play the Prism. Also, they play the island, which means that they probably don't have no land. It turns out they had, though, so they find no land, so we are not going to attack their mana base anymore. We are going to try and remove their threats. So here we can play Corkscale Fisher, bounce a Prism, play the Spring Drum, hold Galvanic Blast with Metalcraft. So they play a threat and we are going to kill it. Now we can play another couple of cards here, just jamming, hit, and this is an important spot. We have mulled the mixture and we don't have anything to do with it, so here we can counter the draw 5. Also, if they didn't do anything, we had the clue to crack, so that was a very good sequence. Yeah. So one of the important things about this deck is that since you are 3 colors and like strictly 3 colors, you have like 10 cards of each color, you need to play very mindful of your colors all the time. So in that spot we play all of our things trying to keep blue mana up, so we have all the mixture. Though I don't remember if we had the Prophetic Prism that turn or not, but that helps a lot with the mana base. Here we are just going to attack and pass. They do nothing, so we can crack the Cave of Temptation and hit for 4. We need to start clogging them. We draw more lands and more lands and more lands, so we are going to just attack and pass. Hope they draw nothing. They do draw nothing. We played Prism, we find an Ephemerate which doesn't do a whole bunch. We are going to Ephemerate that Draven because we really need card draw. But yeah. So they have a couple of Elves. I don't know why they were sandbagging them. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Maybe they thought we had a lot of counter spells. So here we find a normal the mixture, which is great. We're going to just do Boros things like... Okay, so this is an important spot too. We have Model the Mixture and ADOC, so we can actually just kill them. We are trying to not die this turn. We do not die, so we play an artifact land, we cycle Model the Mixture and the game is over. Yeah, they makes us play it out, but the game's over because they don't have any answers in else. Also, we didn't need to sack our whole board, just a couple of things. So yeah. So let's go to the second game of the round, of the match. So let's see our sideboard. So we remove Bull Drifter, which is arguably the best card in the deck, but the reasoning is they are a very fast deck, so we need to have early interaction. We remove also a Thraben Inspector. We added the 2 Clark Clan Shaman, the Electricary, and a couple of standard bearer for the Timber Watches and Quirion Rangers and all that. So yeah, so here we have a good hand with Electricity, so we are going to try and kill the most number of creatures we can. We don't have a lot of artifacts, but we have a strong enough hand. So here they go find their island and pass the turn. Again, they are very flooded for an Elves deck, so we are going to... Yeah, this is another important spot. We played the Cave of Temptation before playing this, in case they have like... how is it called? The Conspire Blue Artifacts card, Grateful Sabotage. In case they have that, they can blow up the Prism and our Ancient, then now we are left very pants down there. So in this case we are trying to bait them to just blow the prism and then we have another land or something. Also, we can next turn just play the standard bear and oh yeah, we don't need to play the standard bear yet since all of their payoffs for the bear they need to untap. So here they aren't playing a lot of cards that do care about that, but they aren't also playing anything very broken. The most problematic thing is that they have reach, so we need to find a way of winning the game, probably by comboing. We remove this before it's too big for us to deal with it. Here they only draw 2 cards. I believe this is a problem with Elves, especially the blue base ones, that they play a lot of non-creature spells post-board, so their stampedes are very, very bad. So I played a game in the LGS where the Elves player just whiffed with Lead Stampede. So, like, draw 0 cards for 3 mana, and then I just basically win the game on the spot there. So here they play the Burst of Titania. Again, they have a shit ton of mana, so we don't care about their mana anymore. We are just going to try and kill them before they kill us. And only the Stampede that only draws 1 card. You can say it's a bit on the unlucky side, but actually, yeah, they played like 2 of these, like the card that how is it called? Let me remember the name. There is a card that regenerates all of your creatures. I don't remember the name, but anyhow. So here we use the mana from Standard Bear and Drum to draw 2 cards with Thoughtcast. We are going to, I believe, cast the Korskai Fisher and the ATAG. We just want to draw cards and not die, so we can like eventually kill them with 8 of Flick combo. They don't really have a way of dealing with that, so that's our main out. Here they are going to try and go wide, like they don't have a lot of things in hand, so they are it's mandatory for them to just do this. They play the Wrapping Vigor, so they regenerate their stuff. We don't really care about that. Here they are tapped out, so we are going to see if we have lethal now. We go search Fling, so we do now, because we have enough mana with the Standard Bearer and the Spring Drum, so we can sack everything but these 2 lands, hit them for 13 plus 4, 17, and then kill them with the thing. Yeah, so they concede. So that was an interesting match. I don't believe they played very correct. I believe they overboarded for the Wraths. I know that Elves is very soft to electric effects and they basically killed our electric, but they in return had like very bad lead stampede, so they really weren't doing anything that we care about. So yeah, also another error they made was to not leave any blockers because we have ATOC, so may just leave like a mana elves or something to block it, so we can't just kill you in one swoop. So yeah, that was basically round 2. So let's go to round 3.